Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series of Vidyam Academy. Friends, today we are going to study third part of dual nature of radiation and matter. Today we will discuss de Broglie's hypothesis. But before we study this, we have to take look to a history of this particular topic. Now we will talk about 1675 where Newton gave idea about Newton's corpuscular theory. So at that time, he said that light is made up of corpuscles. Corpuscles means particles. So his idea was light is made up of different corpuscles or small particles. And he said that those particles are moving so that light is moving. Moreover, he said that there are different colors of light. Those different colors are due to the various sizes of particle. That means if you change the size of particle or you change size of corpuscles, there will be change in color. That was his idea. And there were n number of followers who supported Newton's idea. But at the same time, some kind of a different proposal was given by scientist Huygens. Near about 1678, Huygens said that light is made up of waves, and basically there are different colors are due to the different wavelengths of waves. So both assumptions were opposite to each other. So few people supported Newton's idea, whereas few people supported Huygens theory. So there was a topic of debate between the followers of Newton and Huygens, and that debate was kept continuing near about 300 plus years. No one has idea which theory is true until the hero de Broglie arrived. In 1924, de Broglie said that light or radiation may behave as wave or it may behave as particle also. So he suggested dual nature of radiation and matter. Now why and how he suggested, we will try to understand. At the time of de Broglie, there were two famous equations for energy that was accepted by the researcher and scientist. First, that is E equal to mc square, the great equation given by a great scientist Albert Einstein. And second, that was E equal to h nu given by Max Planck. De Broglie just equated both the equations. So what he did, he wrote mc square equals to h nu, because both the quantities are quantities of equations of energy. So mc square can be also written as m c into c, correct? And we know that what is nu? Nu is a frequency and h is a Planck's constant, but frequency can be written as c by lambda. So nu is substituted by this equation. So nu is equal to c by lambda. So c will get cancelled out. Now you can shuffle this lambda to that side and move mc to the denominator. So you can write lambda is equal to h upon m into c. But what is m into c? M is a mass and c, that is speed of light. So mass into speed, mass into velocity is nothing but a momentum. So you can write lambda is equal to h upon p. Now this simple calculation set new concept. What equation tells you? The lambda corresponds to wavelength, isn't it? So this lambda talks about Huygens theory, whereas p, that is momentum, is associated with particle. So according to the de Broglie, by using Planck's constant, you can correlate wavelength with momentum. That means Newton and Huygens both were true. So he, by using basically de Broglie, by using this simple mathematical calculation, proved that both Newton and Huygens was true, and he set up a new equation. For that he won Nobel Prize of 1929. Okay, now for exam point of view, which equations are very important? Friends, as I shown you lambda can be written as h upon p. So we can set a different formula. Lambda, what is p? P is a momentum, so h upon m into v. Okay, we will try to develop different forms of this equation also. As in previous lecture we have seen that kinetic energy, that is 1/2 mv square, can be written as ek. What is ek? It is kinetic energy. Now can we find out velocity for this particular equation? That is v square equals to 2 ek divided by m, right? So what is v? V is under root 2m ek divided by m. Sorry, 2 ek divided by m. So this is the new equation of velocity. What we have written here, lambda is equal to h upon mv. So lambda is equal to h upon mv. V is a velocity. Okay, so we have new equation for of velocity. V is equal to under root 2 ek divided by m. So we will try to substitute value of v over here. Now we can write h upon m, so in root m over 2 ek. So if I want to substitute m in this square root, then we can write h under root m divided by, since we are moving this m inside root, it will become m square 2 ek. So m will get cancelled. So lambda is equal to h upon under root 2 m ek. That is the new form of de Broglie equation. So we have got new equation, that is h upon under root 2 m ek, isn't it? At the same time, by understanding photoelectric effect, we have proved that your kinetic energy, that is 1/2 mv square or ek, which is exactly equal to the stopping potential, isn't it? So directly we can substitute value of ev instead of ek. So what will be the new formula? H upon under root 2m ev. Okay, so now h is Planck's constant, 2 is a constant, m mass of electron, e charge of electron, so everything is constant instead of v. So if you put each and every value, then you will get another constant, that is 12.27 divided by root v. This will in terms of angstrom. So in this way, by using this simple equation, we can generate n number of different formulas, and all those formulas are very important for any competitive exam. Friends, try to develop formulas so that you can remember them very easily. Now this will end up de Broglie's hypothesis, but before we conclude, I would like to tell you the formula of de Broglie. This is the mathematical formula of de Broglie, was proved by deviation and Germer experiment, and so that it was accepted in scientific community. Thank you.